Hi, everybody. It's Taylor. I'm back. I know I've been missing for a while, but it's because I wanted to actually put week 5 and week 6 in one video together. Um, Life was absolutely lifing, and I did feel like um, I was in an integration period. Not much motion for real, not much excitement that I felt compelled to share with you guys, but I am going to go over week 5 and week 6 and share some things that I took away from the experience. I also have my notes, so I won't forget nothing. Okay, period. So let's talk about it. It says week 5 is called recovering a sense of possibility. So basically, believing believing in the impossible. Anything is possible. You can like life is full of infinite possibilities. It says that you're being asked to examine your payoffs and remaining stuck. You will explore how you curtail your own possibilities and placing limits on the goods you can receive. So I do have a lot highlighted. Um, One thing I wanted to touch bases on is basically the way that I mentally limit myself and limit the good that can come to me. This is something that I feel like comes from scarcity thinking and just like not being as optimistic as I can. It's definitely something that I notice, and it absolutely blocks your motherfucking blessings. So that is something that I want to switch and completely resolve and master. Like, I don't want to be thinking small. You got to think big, bitch, because we serve a big God. What can't God do? He's the creator of the heavens and the earth. So you got to really tap into that. You can't say you know who your father is in Christ and then start doubting all of the possibilities that life can bring to you. Because if life is a dream, then baby, you need to dream. I feel like I wasn't dreaming big enough. Okay, like where's the fun in that? It says that remembering that God is my source, we are in the spiritual position of having an unlimited bank account. If you bank with the big God, just think about that. If you bank with God, the universe, or however you want to put it, you pretty much got all the motherfucking money in the world because all of this shit is his. Like everything is his. Money is just a tool, and when you have cultivated an inner sense of wealth and abundance, I feel like it is reflected in your reality. That is something I'm absolutely trying to master. I ain't got it down yet, but it's coming. Okay. Um, yeah, we definitely unconsciously set a limit on the things that God can do, and that is something that I feel like we're programmed and conditioned into believing growing up, and as well as like being fixated on what you see in your physical reality and not knowing what's truly possible because you haven't been mentally expanded to those possibilities. For instance, you might not know anybody that's rich and having around you. You might not ever seen anybody in $1 million house. So it'll be hard for you, well, for an individual to cultivate anything that hasn't been in his parameter. And I'm not going to say everybody is like that, but a lot of people do absolutely have limited thinking and they think the way of the world is just a flat, certain way. And I don't really feel like there's not really any good that comes out of that. Like, it's just not. I'm sorry, I don't even really know how to put it in any type of fancy words. Nothing good comes out of thinking small because that's just what you're going to receive, and that's what your world is going to reflect back to you. If you are stuck in a victim mentality, you're going to forever feel like a victim, and you're not going to be able to surpass the things that you are presented with in life because you're you're mentally limited. So you can't break out of a jail that you don't know you're in. So my mindset has been something I'm absolutely working to master daily because this shit gonna change. You know what? My life is pretty fucking good. I ain't gonna lie. Like my shit kind of lit. So if I just really turn it up a fucking notch, yeah, I can see the vision. It's giving visionary. It's giving it's gonna come true too. But anyways, yeah, just basically remembering that God is source has definitely been moving and shifting things around in my life. If I could just relax on the how and the when, I think I would be good to go because even when I do my weekly manifestation list, I'm not gonna lie, that should be popping up and happening. I literally just manifested $1,000 last week, and that's what I asked for, and all I could think about is if I would have asked for more, would I have it? But anyways, um, it says by listening to the creator within, we are led to our right path. I definitely feel like this is a parallel to having that inner intuition to tell you where to go. And since I've been doing that, I do feel like I'm on the right path. I'm not gonna lie and say it's been easy, um, but I do know it's because of my own limiting thoughts and my own limiting beliefs. A lot of people have been on this journey and they're in a state of flow and motherfucking ease. That's where I'm trying to get to. Okay, I be having bumps and ease, and then deep dives and shit. I want a smooth sail, so that's what I'm working towards. But anyways, yeah, I've been doing all of my morning pages. I did do my artist day. I went to see Sinners. It was a very good movie. I was absolutely able to see the subliminals in it. Um, what resonated with me the most is when the man, the bad vampire, I forgot his name, but he was basically talking about the illusion that has been placed over our eyes and how we are God, beast, and man. And it just hit kind of hard because the war is spiritual. Like that shit is real. And I lived half of my life not knowing that. So just basically coming upon all of this knowledge and then having it clarified to me through different sources absolutely is a fulfilling feeling. It be making me feel like I'm motherfucking brilliant, but I know the knowledge and wisdom is coming directly from God, and God can't lie. He ain't never gonna be wrong. So like that was just something that really kind of captivated me. I did all of the activities, I believe. I did the image file. I started a Pinterest collage. That's what it's called, right? A collage, I think. And I did not experience any signs or synchronicities in week 5, I believe. Wait, let me check my notes because I don't want to tell a lie. Um, oh, I did. I did experience some synchronicities. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but there was just something that I was wondering about a certain individual that I didn't necessarily want to like reach out and ask about. But this person got on live and they literally answered every question that I was thinking. So I was definitely skeptical as fuck. But at the same time, like, I'm tired of downplaying my signs. Like, I'm tired of downplaying the winks that God has been giving me right before my eyes. So, yeah, week 6. let's talk about it. I actually wrote down what happened every single day this week, Monday through the weekend. So week 6 was recovering a sense of abundance. That is something that I was absolutely trying to work on. I even got the Joe Dispenza abundance meditation. I've been doing it. Um, it's been feeling kind of weird, like because I tend to overthink if I'm doing things correctly. But I'm not gonna lie, today I feel like I had some inner feelings, okay? I was thinking about something in particular though. And I don't know. I don't really want to think about that one thing every single time I meditate. So I'm going to try something different. I think something just bit me, y'all. I think a fucking mosquito just bit me. That's crazy. Anyways, it says this week you will tackle a major creative block, which is the money. You're asked to really look at your own ideas around God, money, and creative abundance. And it's crazy because week 6 is actually when I manifested $1,000. Yep, I did. Um, so coming to the realization that abundance is the inner feeling that's cultivated from within that manifests externally after you have sent out this signal to the world. It's been kind of tough for me, I'm not gonna lie, but I've been operating from lack for 27 years. So basically, I'm just focusing on showing up for myself every day and trying to operate from the other side of the spectrum, which is abundance and not lack. Because why the fuck not? I want to feel abundant. I want to be able to attract experiences and opportunities that reflect abundance in my life, you know? And I know what it feels like to motherfucking attract lack. And I'm tired of it. I don't want to do that anymore. So really, really, my focus is just being disciplined and showing up for myself until I master it because it's a process. And I've been trying to be patient with myself and just give myself a little grace, you know, like I give everybody else grace. Why not give it to me? Anyways, it says that it's critical that we pamper ourselves for the sense of abundance. Baby, I pamper myself a lot. Actually, my artist date this week was spa. I went to the motherfucking spa and I got a massage and it was lovely. I got some hot stones. I got a deep tissue, not the Swedish. I went to a metaphysical store just to see what like they had. I never been to one. They had books. They had like all kinds of shit in there. Then I went to the pool. I went to the pool by myself. I read a book. I started the God Code. I'm still at the beginning, but honestly, this book that I've been waiting for to come out for months just got delivered to me today. So God Code is going on the shelf for the time being. And I'm going to tap into how to outsmart reality. Shout out to Mira. So I did not do the counting exercise simply because I forgot. But once I was like doing a review for the week, I definitely started getting all of my receipts just so I could keep track and see where my money is going. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. It ain't going on shit special. Just food, books, wine, like that's about it for real. Like groceries and y'all know I'm not working, so I really just be focused on necessities. Like I'll try to do something fun every now and then, like for my artist dates. But when I do manifest money and it comes through, I kind of put it towards my priorities for real. Let's see. Week 6, it just made me think about like the abundance that's truly around me. Like there is an abundance of shit around me right now, and I have been consciously trying to point this out so that I can reprogram my subconscious to see the abundance in everything around me, whether it's a situation that isn't very desirable or whether it is. So if I reset my mind to always see the good and be optimistic and see the beauty around me, I definitely feel like it'll turn into a default setting sooner or later. So when I'm out walking, I'm pointing out the abundance of trees. I'm pointing out the abundance of birds and animals that I'm seeing around me, the abundance of beauty, whether it's in nature or the people or just the ambiance of where I'm at. I stay in a really nice ass fucking area. So it ain't shit to do but gaze at the abundance around me, okay? It's actually kind of easy due to my surroundings. So, I did do all of my morning pages. I did do my artist prayer every day. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I was hitting the basic principles every single day. I do think I probably did it maybe 5 days out of the week. I definitely did not do them yesterday. Um, I got rid of a lot of fucking clothes and I donated them. So that was some energy clearing, I'm sure. I did not do the flower activity just because I wasn't finna do that shit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they were gonna die and I was gonna throw them away. I wasn't about to get no wax paper. That just didn't seem like an activity I wanted to do for real. I did go get me some rocks that I thought looked cool. I did not find them in nature. They didn't have any pretty cool ones. So, um, did I get any freebies? I feel like I did, but I can't think about what they were off the top of my head. But anyways, Monday. Oh, y'all, I see fucking sacred geometry. When I close my eyes, I be seeing sacred geometry. And it's so crazy because I feel like I done reached a new level of consciousness. This shit did not always happen. And it happened to me on Monday. And I was so excited because it was so fucking beautiful. I did do some research about what exactly it means. And it just kind of said, like, I'm seeing reality for what it truly is and the patterns and everything. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually have because even when I was like taking my daily walks, I would see a spider web and I was able to see the sacred geometry and the design of the web. And it's just so crazy how all of this shit is connected. Like you really gotta pay attention to this shit because everything is so connected and I love it. It's a great feeling to be able to see. I ain't never looked at life through the lens of the eyes I have now. I feel like I'm seeing with God's eye. And it just makes everything that much more beautiful. And this is coming from a person who literally used to hate their life and feel miserable as fuck and feel like I had bad luck and felt like it was evil to be alive. So now that I'm on the other side of the spectrum, it's absolutely expansive, it's freeing, and it's captivating as fuck. Like I'm fascinated by all of this shit. This is all I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about shit else. I don't want to talk about niggas. I don't want to talk about baddies. I don't want to talk about anything but this. And that's kind of like why I'm documenting my journey, just so I can help reach out to others as well as reflect on this shit when I am in another reality. I think it's gonna be so cool to like look back at my journey and just see another version of myself as I'm coming into my becoming. Because maybe I'm already hurt. Fuck you mean, like. But anyways, um, Tuesday I got the money. I got the $1,000. Wednesday I had a weird ass dream. I cannot remember what the dream was about, but it says here weird ass dream. Anyways, I, I must did not want to share because I literally have no documentation on what happened in the fucking dream and I cannot remember. I've actually been thinking about getting that liquid gold. I forgot what the name is, I seen it on TikTok, but it says that it helps you remember your dreams, but it also says that it activates your other spiritual gifts. And I ain't gonna lie, I ain't ready for that because I know I got some powerful gifts. I got some power, and I done tapped into it before, and I didn't like it. I was scared as fuck. And I'm gonna tell y'all about that. It's coming. It's coming really soon. My story is coming, so keep up. Thursday, I had a very aligned conversation that proved everything I know to be true. And to me, it was just a reminder from God that I'm on the right path. Friday was pretty quiet, but this weekend I reconnected with a childhood friend that I haven't spoken to in a couple of years, and we was chatting. Okay, we chatted for 6 hours straight, and I feel like that served as the communication activity because it said to send out postcards to 5 friends. I don't know where nobody stayed for real. This is 2025. They just dropped the load. The address don't even pop up, and it's like, how am I supposed to get in contact with people and send them postcards if we aren't in communication? Because I talk to my friends, so yeah. Um, that was a improvise. That's what I did. Um, like I said, I did all of my morning pages. How did you use them to create luxury for yourself? I actually started this new thing to where I'm actually writing out how I would like for my day to go. I guess it's another form of scripting, but at this point, baby, I'm trying to bring it in however I can. So we're gonna see. I want to do this for the rest of the week. Just talk as if I already have it. Talk as if the day has already happened, and I'm gonna write down exactly what I want because I actually did that unconsciously last week, and I noticed the next day I did it. Like I had wrote down that one of my artist dates was going to the pool and reading a book. I never go to the fucking pool ever, and I had to make a decision because I was like, well, do I want to take a walk or do I want to go to the pool? And I ended up going to the motherfucking pool. And as I was doing my journal entries, I had saw that 2 days before I wrote that I was going to the pool and reading a book for my artist day. So I just thought that was kind of crazy. Um, but yeah, I don't really feel like I experienced any synchronicities. Oh, I'm lying. So there's an activity called favorites. It says list your favorites in the following categories. And the first category was cars. I wrote down 5 different cars, okay, that I wanted. I wrote down a Lambo, a G-Wagon, a Benz truck. No, it was a Beamer truck. Let me see. It was a Beamer truck. I don't know what other car it was. Oh, here you go. A Porsche Cayenne, a Range Rover Velar, a BMW X6 truck, a Benz G-Wagon, and a Lamborghini Urus. The next day, I fucking went to walk and I saw every last car that I wrote down. I thought that was so fucking crazy. And y'all, I lied. I did experience some more synchronicities. So I had read this book called A Complete Idiot's Guide for Alchemy. And this is a book that I bought during my first awakening. But I threw the book away because I threw the book away. Okay. And I just remembered something profound about this book, but I couldn't figure out what it was. So I ended up finding it. I found the book, I got the book, and I was reading. My motherfucking name was in the book, y'all. My name, first and last name, was in the book. It was backwards, but it was still my first and last name. I thought that was fucking crazy. And I'm going through the chapters, I'm reading, and it was basically like I was reading my life back to me. My whole personal transformation, they were talking about it in the motherfucking book. Like they had everything in phases and everything that I was doing and everything that I had known to be true that I received just off just, I was going to say off strength. That is not what I was trying to say. Just off prayer and like talking to God was in the book. So it's just little shit like that that I feel like be confirmations. Like it had talked about how the um the king and queen within, which is the masculine and feminine energy, which is the ego and the soul. And I literally made a YouTube video about that months ago. Another one was about how when they come into union, it's called the sacred marriage. I made a motherfucking video about the sacred marriage months ago before I ever touched this book. So it just like made me feel really fucking good. It made me feel like I know what I be talking about. It made me feel like the motherfucking chosen one, okay? Like my name was in the fucking book. And so was things that I sit up and talk about on my channel. And yeah, it just kind of also shine a light about where I'm at in my journey. I hate to say this out loud, but y'all, I feel like my philosopher's stone, that's what they call it. I feel like I had a stillbirth. But it's okay because my embodiment is coming, okay? I'm gonna keep going and I'm going to turn this shit around and become everything I'm meant to be. Bye.